So we got a major release from Nike going down today from one of their most iconic lines of all time in the Air Max series. And by naming these the Air Max 1000, it really signifies the fact that Nike is taking one of their most iconic lines into the future, a collaboration with Zelafir, one of the leaders in 3D printing technology. We did see the Air Max 1000 soft launch at ComplexCon, and now with this oak colorway, this will be the first official release to the public, which I'm actually recording this in advance, but we do have a 1 p.m. scheduled Sneakers app drop, and hopefully, you know, for those watching here, hopefully we do see some success. Maybe like at least one person or something is able to have success on this drop. Well, who am I kidding? Because these joints are extremely limited. Hopefully this is incorrect, but they're reporting that Nike has loaded just 99 pairs of this sneaker. And if you break that down by size, like just for example, a size 11, you roughly have about 17 pairs, you know, to go around. So chances of hitting on these is extremely poor, and by Nike making this release extremely limited, it's got some sneakerheads upset, where you got Chef Doomy chiming in talking about originally giving the number of seeded pairs. I figured that Nike was trying to push units, so the seeding effort was important to get people interested in a widely new silhouette. He's referring to Nike gifting out pairs to influencers to try to like get the people involved, get the hype going for this upcoming drop right here. But he says, then I see the stock number and I'm questioning. So now I have to think there's not much investment in the innovation and it's just marketing. Is that the right way to look at this? So it seems like he's upset about this drop. Why would Nike make this release that limited by then gifting out pairs and everything to build up the hype, only to just let people down that they have pretty much absolutely no chance of actually copying this pair? So is it a fact where Nike does care about innovation in this case, as they're trying to push this model forward with the 3D printing technology, air unit included and everything like that? Or is it just more so a marketing attempt to build up the hype for this drop? Let me know what you guys think about that one. On top of this release, we did also see Jordan Brand release the Jordan Trunner. This is actually from the Rare Air series, the Rare Air pair, which it feels like nobody talks about, which when you talk about the Trunner, I know this is not gonna be the most hyped silhouette, but it does kind of have an interesting backstory, as this sneaker originally debuted back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. It's been out of circulation for quite some time. When you talk about Jordan Brand, I think this was their first attempt at releasing something that wasn't actually a basketball sneaker. So the name Trunner comes from the fact that this is a trail inspired sneaker infused with a runner, which is why you got the name Trunner. So as far as the Rare Air theme, I guess they wanted to keep these joints super rare, because according to Eldon Monitors, who keeps track of the stock numbers loaded up to the back end for this drop, they released about 180 pairs. So like, I understand this wouldn't be the most hype release or anything like that, but by just dropping 180 pairs, like, what was even the point of this release right here? Which has kind of got me puzzled. I mean, let me know what y'all think about that one. Now, to keep things moving, we do have official images loaded up on the back end of the Virgil Abloh Nike Air Force One Sesame. And what's interesting with this one, it does seem to not feature the off-white branding, which was visually present on the inner of this sneaker, as you guys see by the official images right here. No off-white right here, but you still do have the Virgil Abloh cosign and everything like that. One of the most iconic Nike Jordan Brand collaborations, which did debut back in what, 2017, 2018. We're talking about the off-white, the 10. So of course, with the untimely passing of the GOAT, Virgil, you know, unfortunately, this does continue his legacy. You know, everybody's excited to see these return, but the only problem is that unfortunately, it looks like these will not be a US release, or at least Eldon Monitors is reporting that it's very unlikely. So another tease from Nike. Why would y'all release these joints exclusively with no access to the US? I feel like it makes no sense unless they're trying to make these like super exclusive. Who knows? Maybe this opens the door for more Virgil collaborations in the future. I guess minus the off-white branding, I guess there may be some type of conflict, you know, as far as the rights to off-white and everything like that. But do you guys feel like it takes away from the appeal of this drop, or could you care less about the off-white branding? Well, I guess regardless, it doesn't really matter, since we're not even gonna have access to this drop anyways. Now, the last thing we're gonna get into here before we bounce, guys. Did y'all forget about these Tom Sachs challenges? Remember Tom Sachs? They got this whole little app and everything like that, where people would be able to download the app, you enter all your personal information, commit to a bunch of series of challenges, random different stuff, getting active, involved in all kind of stuff, just in order for a chance to be able to have a chance at the Mars Yard 3.0, the highly anticipated drop from Nike and Tom Sachs. So you got people out here competing, you know, going crazy over here, doing the push-ups, shooting free throws, just doing a whole bunch of wild stuff, trying to get their hands on these sneakers. So Tom, he got the people out here going crazy. You get that, this dude even over here on his flight, over here still shooting hoops in a little makeshift bucket. I guess it's all for the ISRU. I don't know what's happening right here, but to me, this is kind of crazy. This is a definitely deep commitment for a pair of sneakers. On top of all that, you even got Sachs giving out quizzes. Like, I ain't been to school in years. Like, I ain't trying to do no quizzes or nothing like that, Tom. Like, what type of timing you on over here? People out here cheating, passing the answers around like it's a quiz in math class on a Monday morning. You see what's happening right here. So this is crazy. And again, this is all for a pair of sneakers from the Sack Man right here, the infamous Sachs right here. So as far as these challenges, while things have been going on for a while now, it's not all sweet. You got people out here competing for what, 30 days now or something like that. That's crazy. And as far as some complaints, just from a brief little Twitter search, I seen this dude talking about how are excellence points awarded. I've been doing challenges consistently, haven't been awarded any excellence points, which is highly discouraging to see others have them. Is there any way you can help me with this? So I don't know what excellence points are. I guess that's the way of like kissing ass or something. You get bonus points or something like that. But this dude, he's upset about it. You got somebody else talking about the app is glitched and my points for today didn't count. I have an upload confirmation, but my score didn't upload. Several others are experiencing it as well. Would there be a fix before midnight or some retroactive fix later so we won't lose our streaks? So I guess people have, like, let's say for example, they've been doing these challenges for like 30 days straight, and then on the 31st day, the app wants to glitch, and I guess they would lose like their whole little streak. Maybe that's what he's talking about with excellence points or something like that. So seems like people are having some issues here. This dude put, I felt at first it seemed fair, then out of nowhere, some people started skyrocketing in points where I was just as consistent as them. Just gonna assume I won't be getting access at this point, but we'll see. So I don't know, man. When you talk about the leaderboard challenges, I guess some people are getting bonus points for who knows what, maybe additional excellence points or whatever they got going on right here. And it seems like some people are complaining that things are unfair. But as far as the top of the leaderboard, remember how I told you had to enter all your personal information, including a photograph? Well, it looks like at the top of the leaderboard, we got this dude right here, Aaron Hankins, which I ain't gonna lie, like that boy looks real serious. Based off his background, it already looks like he's an intern at the Sachs Associate Suite. So who knows what's happening, but based off of his look with the hardware, glasses and all that, because he got braids, bro, like he ain't playing no games. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like if you guys are just trying to jump into the challenge, you have no chance right here, because this dude, Aaron Hankins, he ain't playing no games. So when you talk about these challenges, remember these people are all competing nationwide for just a chance to be able to get these Sachs sneakers. And remember, by competing these challenges, it doesn't even guarantee you a pair. It just makes you eligible. So as far as the leaderboard leaders, if you guys are just trying to jump into the game now, you have absolutely no chance. And when does this stuff end? Is it supposed to be like September or something like that?